Hello friends, as today's session we are going to see more operations on actions class and more operations on frame in Selenium, and if I will have more time I will try to take final keyword in Java. Fine guys, so let's proceed. So I have already set up all the such things like to explain you. Let me comment this, then after that I will explain what is going to happen. First comment this, then comment this, then comment this, and let's copy and paste, and then copy and paste this. I'll explain you why I am doing so. Let's comment this because it's belong to if. Fine, so let's proceed guys. You can see I have designed one class like multiple select. So line number 13, I think it is clear. Line number 15 is also clear. Public static void main. So it is also clear. And there is one throws declaration due to thread dot slip. And line number 17, like path of the driver, that is also fine. Line number 19 already commented. If you want to run this code on Firefox, so that time you will use it. Line number 21, I think it is also clear. Launching the browser, I am launching the Chrome browser. And line number 23, I am opening one site, that is jqueryui.com, and it is selectable. I have put some implicit weight. This is called implicit weight. One thing about implicit weight, if you are going to apply from line number 25, after line number 25 onwards, whatever the code you have written, so it is going to work for driver.find element. If you have used anywhere driver.find element or whatever the web elements, it is taking time to appear. So it is going to work for all the web elements, and by default time is 0, which I have modified to 10 seconds. So this is the syntax for like applying implicit wait. So driver.manage.timeouts.implicitly wait, and in parenthesis we have to pass two parameters. One parameter is like numeric value, and one is like in which you are going to specify the time seconds. Line number 27, I have used driver.switch2.frame. So there is one concept of frame in that site. First I will show you manually, then after I will run this code. And line number 29, I have got the find elements like XPath and find elements. I have got the element, and on the basis of common pattern. So first I will explain this. What is this? So on the basis of common pattern, I have find multiple elements and I have stored it into the list of web elements. Fine. I will come to this point first. What I am going to do. Let me explain. Then after that I will come to that point. And line number 31, I have designed one action class and I am passing the driver reference. So if somehow driver is not capable to perform any operation on any web element, so at that time we are creating actions class, and in actions class we are passing the driver reference, and after that reference, whatever the reference variable you are going to define, so via dot reference variable there are different methods, so you could use those methods to perform any kind of operations on your web element. So what I did, I have printed the size, how many web elements I have found. You can see select option I have taken, select option dot size. I have printed that how many multiple elements are present there. Fine. And what I did in line number 36, you can see. So if you want to perform like any operation like keyboard and combination of mouse, so you could use key down and key up. You can see I will put dot operator and let it appear, then I can show you KEY. So key down and key up, fine, as send keys are for like typing anything. So key down and key up are there given, via which you can use keyboard, and like other mouse actions are also there, which you will be seeing in later sessions. So I am using like key down, and I want to use like left control. Fine. So you could see here there is one class called keys. There is one class called keys. Fine. And if you will perform dot, so you could see all the keyboard buttons are given there. Just have a look. So I am using here left control. So for left control button, it's giving like left control, and whatever the actions you are taking, you have to perform. So in line number 36, I am holding the control button, and in line number 38, I am starting a loop like all the elements I need to perform some kind of actions. So I am using like int equal to 1, or I can take it via 0, that would be fine. And I is less than select option dot size. So it's kind of like loop which you have already seen in the past. And what I am doing in line number 42, I am using some wait condition. Like let me wait. Say that I am taking wait condition as 2 seconds. So you are aware about this. It's a pause. It will pause your execution for 2 seconds. And in line number 45, what I am doing, I am just using I. Fine. So act dot click, and whatever the reference of that web element I have created, I am passing that web element, and dot get I dot get text. So whatever the get text is there, I am printing here in line number 48, and I am like clicking act dot click, and click on what? So click on the particular element. Fine. So via this you are clicking, and here you are printing the name on which element you have clicked, and this is the end of loop. You come out of the loop, and you are like releasing the key. So releasing the key is key up. So whatever the key you were holding, you have to release. Like you want to, in this what I did, I want to like hold down the control button and click on multiple web elements. So keyboard and mouse, both actions are combined here. You could see here, and I could put here like some time. Say that 5 seconds. Let me put 5 seconds, and let me first manually open the site and explain what is happening. First, let me manually open the site. Right click, paste and go. See, these are the items. What you can do, you can hold down the control button. I am clicking the control button, like pressing the control button, and I am clicking here. You could see multiple clicks or multiple selections are allowed, and these are like how many elements are there, I don't know. Fine. So I have keeping those things in a loop, like it will count the element and after that it will click one by one. Fine. So let me first inspect the element. So this is under a frame, so you have to switch to the frame. Like in my code I've already switched. Fine. And like right click and inspect in Firepath. You could see if I am like selecting or clicking or inspecting the first element, I am getting like id is equal to li and 1. What I used here, I am like taking absolute XPath. So this is also another way. Let me generate absolute XPath. Like right click, inspect. So you could see here, if you'll remove like 1, so what will happen? It is selecting all the elements. Fine. And if you want to select like particular element, so you could put a square bracket, a big bracket you could see. If I am like selecting number 2 and pressing enter, so it is pressing like number 2. So my numbering should be start from 1. So let me correct this. I have to start it from 1 and my loop will goes up to, fine, my loop will goes up to less than equal to, it should be spacing not allowed, so that's fine. Fine guys, you can see here, so less than equal to, I have started it from 1 and I will go to the end of the element. So end of the element, like you can right click and inspect in Firepath. So it is like id is 7, so it's number 7. So the total size would be 7. If you will come to my program, whatever the size is there, the total size is 7 and it will go from 1 to 7 and it will perform click operation. Fine. And meanwhile it will also print like in which item it is going to click. So select options dot get I dot get text and whatever the message I am printing over here. Not pretty like very much hard, it's very easy to understand. You can see I'll share the code so that you can practice it at your home. The basic logic is that I want to explain. First I will open the browser, then I will open the URL, then I will put some kind of wait condition. Then once the URL is opened, first I will have to switch to this frame first, because I have already opened selectable. So first I have to switch to this frame, then after that I will hold down the control button and one by one I will click. So these are my operations and combination of keyboard and mouse. So let me perform and run this code, then after you will come to know. So I am running this code and I am running this code on Chrome. See, browser has been launched and URL is opening. So I think it should be in maximize mode. So that's why it's like not able to perform all. So let me do one thing. First maximize the browser, because whatever the element is not visible, it is not clicking on that. So let me put one driver dot manage dot window dot maximize And now let's run again. So it's clicking on all except item number 1. So I will have to see why it is like index out of bound exception. It means whatever the indexing I am passing, it's not working. Oh, that's why. I will have to start it from like 0. Here should be 0, but here should be like I plus 1. No, that's fine. I think it will work because 0, it will start from 0, that's fine, and it will go to the last element. So I think, yeah, it's array now, so that's fine. But yeah, let's try. Might be. We'll have to see. Because I was getting array out of index. So due to last element I was getting. So it's starting from like first element, second element, third, fourth. So all the elements were clicked, you can see. So my code is working fine. I will remove this, and one thing I would like to explain. Say that you want to click, but you want to click on some alternates, or like say that you want to click only first 4. So what I will do, I will remove the some like elements from the size so that it will start from 0 and it will go to only 4. You can like modify your code and you will put try at your home. Like there are multiple ways in which you will handle this. See my code. First, second, third, fourth click. Then after that, browser is closed. So this code is working fine, and I will share this code. And there is one more code. Let me explain. You could try at your home, like if you want to click on one alternate. Say that you have clicked first, then you have to click third, then you have to click 5, then you have to click 7. So you can try multiple ways. Fine. And this is the code for Draggable. So Draggable, what is the site? Let me first manually explain. So Draggable is there. You could see over here. So you have to click here and hold it and move and drop it somewhere. So this is called Draggable. So how you are going to handle that? Fine. So what I did, I have just like in my system I have not put like system dot set property. You could apply, or let me copy and paste from here. So this depend upon your local system. So this is for Firefox, and let me copy and paste it for Chrome. Only CHRO in Chrome is changed and the path which you are taking. In my system, I have already set environmental variables, so I don't require. So what I did, I launched the browser, I opened the URL, I printed the title of the browser web page, I put some implicitly weight, I put some maximize condition, then after that I am switching to frame. So this comes under frame, draggable. So this is like under a frame. So I switch to the frame, and after that whatever the actions which were not possible via driver, so I am passing that instance into driver. So why you will ask like why driver is need to be passed. So if you will not pass driver, so how actions class will take the control. So taking control from driver, now actions class coming into the picture. So I'm using actions class and using actions class instance to perform further actions which are not possible via driver instance. Now I'm taking one web element. So this web element is draggable. You can see over here. So right click, inspect. So this is like ID is draggable, and you could take like ID, you could take like CSS, you could take like XPath. So whatever possible you can take. Right click, copy. I have taken XPath, and if I'll paste the XPath, you could see over here. So it's matching, right? So directly via ID it is like possible. So you could remove /p here, and via PV also it will work, so no problem. So what I'll do, so I have already got the reference of that element and I have stored it into ELE. So you are familiar with this, right? And in line number 44, main thing I am doing like ACT dot click and hold. You could see here, if you put dot, you could find click and hold, CLICK. So click and hold, click and hold. You could pass web element. Fine. So there are two overridden methods, overloaded methods are there. So you could use any. And what I am doing, I am using click and hold, and I am passing the reference which element you need to click and hold. Then after that I am using move by offset. Move by offset in which you have to pass like coordinates where you want to move from current location where you want to move. So I am moving like 200 horizontal and 100 vertical. Then after that I am releasing. Releasing it means if you are holding mouse button, so you want to release it, so release, and then after that build dot perform. So build is coming into the picture if you are performing multiple actions and binding it into the single entity. And you could see now most of the works are done, and now I'm going to run it. Let me put some wait condition. THREAD, thread dot, thread is a class in Java and sleep is a method, static method you can say. And you could pass like when not 3000 and it is taken in milliseconds. So 3000 milliseconds I am taking, and already like I have put, let me explain this. See, you are getting red symbol over here. When you will mouse place add throw declaration, you have to add, and it will automatically add it interrupt exceptions. So it will like a kind of interrupt which you will pause your execution of the main. So main like been paused. Now run and observe what is happening. Browser launch, URL opened, should be maximized, and then drag and perform. So now this time I am putting horizontal as 0, vertical as 300, and let's try again. So it will vertically move. Now let's, I think 200. Let's put this time 0, horizontal. So horizontal and vertical. It's horizontal and vertical. So it's horizontal moving, right? So basically, like first one is x coordinate and second one is y coordinate. So you could use positive and negative values if you want to move in the y coordinate, and if you can want to use in like x coordinate, so you can use positive and negative values here. So thank you guys, thanking for the today's session. We'll try to cover more and more, and let me run one more code. So no, this will like this is a test ng concept, so you will feel difficult. I will like compose it into normal, then I will explain it. Thank you for today. I will post it somewhere.